Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to the New York City Council vote on the Committee on Immigration. At this time, please silence all electronics and do not approach the dais. Chair, you may begin.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. As you can see, it's my first hearing. Good morning, everyone. I am Council Member Elsie Encarnacion, Chair of the Committee on Immigration. I want to first thank Speaker Julie Menon for entrusting me with chairing this crucial committee, and to my colleagues for serving on the committee alongside me and joining us here today. I would also like to take a moment to thank Councilmember Aviles for her leadership. You have modeled what integrity looks like in leadership, what compassion and passion looks like in leadership, and I'm glad to be still sharing this committee with you. Today, the committee is considering whether to recommend that intro number 1412A of 2025 be repassed, notwithstanding the objections of former Mayor Eric Adams, and whether to recommend that the former mayor's veto message M0017 of 2026 be filed. Intro number 1412A, sponsored by Councilmember Tiffany Caban, would redefine terms concerning immigration enforcement to account for current enforcement practices and prohibit the maintenance of office or quarters on property under the jurisdiction of the Department of Corrections by federal immigration authorities. In 2014, the Council passed Local Law 58, which prohibits U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, ICE, from maintaining an office on Rikers Island to enforce civil immigration law. Local Law 58, however, provides the mayor may, by executive order, authorize federal immigration authorities to maintain an office or quarters on property under the jurisdiction of DOC for purposes unrelated to the enforcement of civil immigration laws. On April 8th, 2025, then First Deputy Mayor Randy Mastro signed an executive order to allow ICE to maintain an office on Rikers Island. This executive order came on the heels of a February 2025 meeting between former Mayor Adams and Trump administration's border czar, Tom Homan. Following that meeting, Adam promised to implement the executive order that would enable ICE agents to operate on Rikers Island. After the council filed the lawsuit, a New York State Supreme Court judge invalidated the executive order due to the impermissible appearance of a conflict of interest. Intro number 1412A would bar federal immigration authorities from maintaining offices or quarters for any purpose on land over which DOC exercises jurisdiction. It would explicitly supersede any conflicting mayoral executive order or memorandum of understanding entered into by New York City. Finally, it would amend several definitions in the Ad Code to account for current immigration enforcement practices, which have included the expansion of federal agencies tasked with conducting immigration enforcement. The committee has received ample testimony regarding the harm caused by authorizing a federal immigration office on DOC property based on ICE's previous tenure on Rikers Island. The aggression and the volume with which federal immigration authorities moved immigrants into deportation proceedings during their time on Rikers Island was alarming. With this bill, New York City will continue to protect immigrant communities from the enforcement of obsolete and xenophobic federal immigration policies and the agencies that weaponize them. The former mayor's cursory veto message is silent on the robust legislative history. It also fails to explain why any hypothetical partnerships with federal agencies would have to be facilitated by federal immigration authorities maintaining an office or quarters on land under DOC jurisdiction. Accordingly, the council will step in to do what the former mayor repeatedly refused to do: stand alongside New York's immigrant communities and strengthen New York City sanctuary-related local laws. Before I turn to the bill's sponsor, Councilmember Caban, to make a brief statement, I would like to thank the committee staff for their work on this hearing. Senior Legislative Counsel Nicole Kata, I almost called you a senator, Senior Legislative Policy Analyst Rebecca Barrilla, Principal Financial Analyst Carolina Gill, Principal Financial Analyst Navi Baines, and Assistant Finance Director Florentine Cabor. Finally, I would like to thank my staff, Deputy Chief of Staff Stephanie Herrera, Legislative Director Adam Bernstein, and Legislative Fellow Winnie Mora, and everyone who works behind the scenes to make this hearing run smoothly, including our Sergeant at Arms. I also want to take a moment to just, so I do everybody that's in attendance, to recognize Councilmember Aviles for joining us, Brewer, Hanks, and Caban. And now it's your turn.
Thank you, Chair. Thank you, former Chair. Appreciate both of your leadership and support. As the lead sponsor on Intro 1412, the Safer Sanctuary Act, I would like to urge my colleagues to vote to override former Mayor Eric Adams' veto. We are at a crossroads in the history of our country, and the horrifying events ongoing in Minneapolis showed us just how far the Trump administration is willing to go to assault and terrorize our communities. And the Safer Sanctuary Act was designed precisely to help prevent New York City from becoming a place where federal immigration authorities are able to attack families and civil liberties with impunity. And this legislation introduces critical expansions to our existing sanctuary city framework. It extends New York's sanctuary city limitations on local cooperation with federal immigration enforcement to include all agencies and laws being used by the Trump administration to threaten our communities. This means that regardless of which agency is enacting the horrific Trump-Vance agenda, be it the FBI, the IRS, United States Marshals, or DHS, that our communities are covered by our sanctuary policies. And second, it bars any future mayor from reestablishing an ICE office in our jails, as former Mayor Eric Adams tried to do last year. These are critical measures to protect our communities from an increasingly violent and authoritarian federal government. And overriding this veto on Thursday will demonstrate that the City Council stands with the people of New York City. It will demonstrate that as a body, we are striving to meet the moment. And we must state clearly that we're not going to allow our streets, our schools, our hospitals, and public spaces to become arenas for the federal government to wage war on our people. We must firmly reject policies that bring terror and division to our neighborhoods and protect the civil rights of all who call this city home. And in the words of the New York baller and living legend Breonna Stewart and millions of fellow New Yorkers, abolish ICE. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Council Member. Anyone else would like to speak on this bill? No? Okay. Well, then committee members will now take a vote on the following items. Shall we accept and file former mayor's veto message M0017 of 2026? And shall we pass introduction 1412A of 2025, the former mayor's veto message notwithstanding? I recommend a yes vote and ask the clerk to call the roll.
Good morning. William Martin, Committee Clerk, roll call vote, Committee on Immigration. Both items are coupled. Chair Encarnacion.
Aye.
Aviles.
I was appreciating your pronunciation of the chair's name, Encarnacion. Well done. Proudly vote aye to overturn the mayor's, or I'm sorry, the former corrupt mayor's veto.
Brewer.
I vote aye, and I still like Randy Mastro, but I'm the only one. Thank you.
Hanks.
I vote aye, and I like Randy Mastro as well.
Joseph.
I vote aye.
With a vote of 5 in the affirmative, 0 in the negative, no abstentions. Introduction 1412A has been readopted by the committee, and M17 has been approved to be filed by the committee. Madam Chair, that is a full committee.
Thank you, Billy. And now this meeting is adjourned. There you go.
It's your first, you get a G pass.